Yo, so if you stumble across this video, you're in luck because I'm going to explain the exact inputs that you need to take from now in order to take your first 10K a month and more with growth operating even before Christmas rolls around, right? So before I actually get into this video, me personally, I'm not actually hit my first 10K a month with growth operating. However, I know with the inputs I'm doing right now, I'm going to hit that month very, very soon, and you guys can just straight up copy it. So if that's going to make it clear for this video, then you might as well. If you actually stay, I guarantee you're going to know the exact inputs that you need to do from now in order to take your first take on the growth operating, and it's just going to be a matter of time until you actually do so. So what actually is growth operating, right? So growth operating is basically just partner up with coaches and creators and helping them scale up their coaching offers. It's literally that simple, right? It's usually a done for you business, meaning that you do everything yourself and it requires many different skills because of that, such as like copywriting, marketing, funnel building, and way more. Obviously, some of these skills can be done with AI, but not all of them are. And obviously, skills are sort of like an umbrella term. So when you have a skill such as copywriting, for example, there's so many different micro skills you need to know how to do underneath that, right? So most people think growth operating is some easy business model, and that's because so many people are selling courses on how to growth operate and all these different BS, right? And they're basically just telling you on the business model, but it's not easy. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. Growth operating is really not easy. If you just think about the business model logically, you can easily come to this conclusion, right? You are literally offering so many different things. You're running a full stack marketing agency, right? You're doing so many different things inside of a coaching business. So there's literally no way it's gonna be easy, right? There's so many different skills you need to learn, so many skills you need to master in order to actually start making money in this business model. So don't like fall for the dream of like, oh yeah, it's being like an easy get rich quick scheme. I understand you probably hear this for all business models, but like it's very, very true for growth operating. Like it's not gonna be some get rich quick scheme. It's not gonna be easy. There's so many different skills you need to actually get good at before you can actually start making money with it, right? Now don't get me wrong, there's a ton of money you can make with growth operating. Like it is insane. You can scale this business model so fast once you actually get off the ground. There's so much money you can make, obviously, because it's not going to be like a retainer type of business model. You're literally going to be taking rev shares, so you're going to be taking percentage of the money that your clients make. So you can make a ton of money with it, but it's not easy, right? Because of that, it's not easy because you're doing so many different things. It's literally a full stack business, and you're basically providing so much value that it's just simply not going to be something that's actually going to be easy. So really, when it comes to growth operating, you can sort of think of it as like there being two sides to it. It's getting clients and actually getting creators start working with them, and then it's actually fulfilling these clients and actually getting good results and actually working with them for a long time and stuff like that, right? And that second bit, right, like actually working with people, actually getting people results and whatnot, it's like 99% of the business model, right? Like getting clients is just like the first part, that's the first step, right? But like you need to actually be able to get people results and all these different things in order to actually scale. But most people still give up on the first part, which is actually getting clients. So today I'm going to go over how to actually start getting clients, because that's really what's going to actually make you hit the cash collector like towards like 10K a month, right? Like that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to talk about actual client acquisition in this video because that's what actually going to make you hit 10K a month. And I'm also going to get in some service delivery as well. I mean, it's not really service delivery, right? Just like working with them. So firstly, we've got YouTube. Now, you need to be using YouTube for client acquisition, full stop, right? It is going to be the best thing you put your time into in order to obviously get clients. And 99% of people who are probably watching this video right now, you probably see me say YouTube for getting clients, and you probably like, no, like you probably just ruled it out straight away in your head. You just don't want to do it whatsoever. And that's going to basically put the 1% of people who are actually willing to do content at the top. Like straight up, content is going to be the most OP thing. Okay, everybody knows this now as well. We have big figures such as like Tate, Luke Belmont, Iman Gadzhi, all these people who have massive audiences and they sell info, right? Like all these people, the one thing they have is a personal brand. And I'm not telling you have to become like them, but you need to build up a micro personal brand and start landing clients through that, through YouTube, right? So for play, you don't really need Instagram because you're selling a service, right? And in order to sell a service, you really just need to get people to like know you, like you, and trust you. And the easiest, most straightforward way to do that is it's just through YouTube alone. Right? You don't have to have Instagram, TikTok, or anything like that, right? So you want to really be focused on YouTube when it comes to service delivery. Now, I also tried to draw this out just to make it really clear for you guys. So you want to be doing three times, or like minimum 3 videos a week, right? You can do more than that. Like right now, I'm doing more than that. Like this channel, by the way, that I'm making this video on is literally the channel I use for client acquisition. But yeah, you want to literally be doing 3 videos a week, basically just providing value towards your ideal customer, right? So it's going to usually be coaches and creators, right? This is just pure value-based videos. So this can be stuff like funnel hacks. This can be just simple breakdown videos. Like things that holding coaches back, different things that you basically just you like displaying your expertise as a growth operator. Essentially, that's important. Like really don't overthink it. You can use Miro for this. So like obviously this video I'm making right now is on Miro, and then you can record them with Loom. Okay, it's literally this simple. Have your webcam there. Have just one on a laptop computer. This is literally the full, like, I guess you could say, like, tech stack you need for this. It's literally that simple. Start making YouTube videos. Now, the truth is, with YouTube videos, like in your first month, your second month, maybe even your third month, you're probably not going to land a client, right? Like maybe you're going to get a couple of leads. Um, people like DMing you, stuff like this, but you're not really going to land a client through it. But the truth is that when you're uploading on YouTube, every single upload is basically like a lottery ticket, right? So it's like a free lottery ticket. So every single time you upload a video, there's a chance that video goes viral, and if that video goes viral, it's probably going to end up making you money, right? Something which I forgot to add is that you should also have a calendar. Okay, I'll just put how for obviously people can book calls with you, right? But everyone should know how to do that. If you're a growth operator, you should know how to set this up. But yeah, like it is gonna be the best thing you can put your time into as a growth operator. It's gonna be a YouTube account. Okay, like obviously it's not gonna land you clients quickly, but you're basically putting your time into something which is gonna be guaranteed to give you an ROI, right? You just know. I mean, I can guarantee you guys that if you post on YouTube every single day for 3 months, for 6 months, up to a year even, you're gonna have a YouTube video that YouTube channel that every single time you post a video from that point on, a point where you've built up so much, you're gonna be able to just get a bunch of inbound clients through that. It's that simple because growth operating is an extremely high demand business model. Like if you really think about it, you're running a full stack business, right? You're not a business coach telling people what to do. Okay, you're not a copywriter just solving one problem in the business. Right? You're literally running a full stack agency, right? You're helping the business with so many things, and you're leaving coaching business only have to focus on making content and actually filling clients, which is super simple. Right? So you're handling so many different things, and because of this, being a growth operator is actually very, very valuable, and it's a very, very like great thing to be. Like the coaches need growth operators. It's that simple. You're basically like a one-stop shop for everything, right? That's your business. So there's a super high demand for it, and like people are constantly looking for growth operators, but people are just spending their time on stuff that's just like BS ways of getting clients. But if you can build up a YouTube channel that's actually going to be showing like you actually know what you're talking about, and you actually can like provide value to others, you'll make money through it. So yeah, like really when it comes to YouTube, it's just like it's so important. Obviously, it's gonna not start landing you clients very quickly, but once you really build this up, it's going to be one of the best ways you can get clients, right? So I really recommend you guys start up your YouTube channel, it's 3 valuable videos a week, make them on Miro, record them with Loom. This is going to be candidates we're going to use to book calls with. And yeah, that's basically it for YouTube. That's literally what you need to know. If you want to get more ideas on how to actually start landing clients with YouTube, you can go ahead and check some of my other videos out. But yeah, again, like I said, most people just rule out YouTube because they're scared people are going to find their YouTube channel, or like they're scared that people are going to care about it. But if you're just one of the people who are actually willing to post YouTube videos in order to land clients, you're going to be good for as a growth operator. It's literally that simple. Because you're doing what most people aren't willing to do. It's that simple, right? So next we have cold outreach. Now, you guys may have not expected this since I'm talking about YouTube, but really, guys, when you're at zero or making very little money per month, you want to be trying to do everything you can, right? Like a lot of people will tell you like go all in on YouTube, for example, or go all in on cold outreach. You should just be doing everything. It's that simple. Like as a growth operator, so you want to be doing cold outreach, and I mean, I'll just give you guys some valuable insights on cold outreach because cold outreach is always going to work, right? The way that you need to think about it is think about it in like I guess you could say like batches, right? So like just think of all these like I don't know, like batches. Like there's always going to be a way that you can do outreach which is going to work, right? So of all these different ways you can do outreach, so like custom outreach, or like valuable looms up front, or um like trying to do mass outreach. There's always something that works. There's always someone out there who's doing cold outreach, who's straight just ripping it and just making money through it. Like that is going to be a fact, right? So don't have this limiting belief in cold outreach that is like, oh yeah, like you can't make it work. You definitely kind of need to know what to do. So when it comes to outreach, the things that are going to be, I guess you say that the best, right? It's going to be volume, and authority. Okay, it's that simple. Okay, now the reason for this is because, okay, I was saying so on the side. So when it comes to volume, right? If you really look at this, because a lot of people tell you, oh yeah, just do custom outreach, or just do volume, or just be an authoritative figure, right? But really, when it comes to doing volume, imagine you could send like a million, right, of the worst cold outreach ever, like just something that's super basic, not really going to work towards your ICP, right? But you send a million of it, it is bound to work. Like it is just the numbers game, right? It's the same in anything, right? Like if you're a guy and you want to find a girlfriend and you approach a million women, like obviously you're going to find a girlfriend. Or if you want to get a job and you apply for a million jobs, you're obviously going to get a job. So the same goes for outreach. when you're doing outreach, you want to find something that works, and as soon as it works, you want to be ripping volume, like as much volume as you possibly can. Now, when it comes to growth operating and outreaching to people through Instagram, Facebook, and all these different things, it's definitely much harder to actually do good volume because obviously you get banned, you get flagged, all these different things. You need to figure it out. That's the truth, okay? If you can do volume and outreach, like you're gonna outdo everyone. The next thing we have is authority. Okay, so a lot of people think you need to make personalized everything, and personalized is definitely very, very good. But really, what really comes above that is authority, right? Sorry guys, so people want to work with people who know their stuff, right? Like people want to work with people who have authority. So if you can basically combine these two things when it comes to outreach, you're gonna do well. And it sounds kind of brief, right? So I'll just get specific with you guys. So when it comes to how many outreach you want to be doing every single day, you want to just be doing as much as you can, right? So that will just literally infinite, right? As many as you can. Like if you can send 100 DMs a day, then do that. If you can find a way to be send the same 100 DMs 500 times a day, do that, and so forth, right? Like you should just try and do as many outreach as you can do every single day. Now, when it comes to what you actually send, like the individual messages, like there's not going to be one size fits all type of thing. There's not going to be one outreach message that's going to work for absolutely everybody. What I can tell you guys is take outreach in stages, right? So like with your message one, for example, right? With the first message that you send, what do you want to be thinking about? Okay, how do I get a response? So that's the only thing, right? Think, how do I actually get a response, right? With your message two, okay, so boom, right now, let's say you found an outreach message that is able to always get your response, right? Like you send, let's say, 100 of them, and you always get 25 responses, for example, right? Now that boom, with your message two, now you want to find out, okay, how can I get them to give me permission to send some free value over, or like how can I get them to hop on a call with me, right? You want to think of outreach in stages, right? So before trying to think, oh yeah, how do I start landing clients? Think, okay, how do I build out an outreach message that is going to get basically my ICP to respond to me? If you don't know what ICP means, it means your ideal customer profile, just like your ideal customer, like a target audience. Think, how can I get an outreach message? How can I make an outreach message that actually going to get them to respond to me every single time I send it? And then after that, think, how can I start sending more of this outreach message? Okay, how can I basically combine this with volume? And then think, how can I actually provide authority? How can I actually provide value? Once you can do that, once you can think of outreach in that way, compared to just thinking, oh yeah, let me just go out and land clients, you're actually going to be outreaching properly. You're actually going to have basically an outreach system, right? Something which you know that if you do a certain amount of, so if you do like 1,000 outreaches a day, for example, you're going to get a certain amount of responses, and you're going to get a certain amount of, let's say, Loom videos sent out, then you're going to get a certain amount of book calls from that, and then show-ups, and then close clients. It's that simple, right? Think of outreach like that, if that makes sense, right? I really hope that did make sense. But it's literally that simple when it comes to cold outreach. And then there's basic stuff you have to dial in, like your profile, for example. Your profile, you have to like make sure you have a good profile, just make it look like a real person. Obviously, I feel like I'm being kind of brief when it comes to like cold outreach, but like it's literally this simple, right? Like literally just think, okay, how can I put together a message that's going to get my ideal customer to respond to me? And then from there, how can I just do volume with that? From there, you're going to make so much more money with outreach. Once you actually start landing clients, right? Once you build up a YouTube channel that's actually going to get you book calls, once your outreach actually gets you clients and you're going to have a ton of different clients coming in, you're obviously going to be making money. Now, at the point where you're making money, you already have a couple of options to go with, right? Because obviously you have to actually be able to hit a good launch with that creator, right? You actually have to make the money. So the first thing you can do is mental, right? So this is probably the best option. Okay, chances are if you've hopped on a couple of sales calls and you've closed some people from your YouTube outreach or whatever, you probably have some money, right? You probably have some capital that you can spend. So you want to invest into a mentor to show you actually how to help these clients out. Basically, like it's sort of like launching an info product with them, right? So this is going to be a great option. These costs like usually like anywhere from 2K to all the way up to like 15K. So like obviously that's the higher end. But it's definitely gonna be very, very worth it because chances are you then actually do a way better launch compared to if you just do it by yourself, right? Because they'll just give you way better insights on how you can actually do everything. So it's probably the best option. Now, if you don't cash collect, maybe if you do like not from free, so you just do like a revenue split, then what you can do is like try to get in some type of community, for example. So for example, you can join my free Discord server down below. It's basically a full community with growth operators, and you can just ask people, like literally that simple. People who are willing to help, I'll be willing to help. So you can go ahead and join my free Discord server down below. You might as well if you're a growth operator. You can join communities, you can ask people, if really like you can't do any of these things, then just launch, right? Just like use free YouTube videos and just try do as good of a launch as you can for that creator. Because at the end of the day, most people out there have the knowledge when it comes to actually launching a good info offer and actually scaling info. but it's the application which matters. So you just want to try and get application right. You just want to try and get the reps in. If you mess over the client, then just refund them. It's that simple. And just go on with like life, right? Like literally, I'd say the absolute best option though is the mentor. So that's basically for this video. I guess the main insight you can get from this video, I literally just tried to make it randomly, just help some operators out there. But like, I guarantee if you guys read all these things in, you'll start landing clients as a growth operator pretty quick, and from there you'll never really struggle with landing clients again, especially if you use YouTube. But just to recap, like YouTube, let's just post 3 valuable videos every single week as a minimum. Give it, a couple of weeks, months. I can't give you guys exact time frames, but like just try to give it some time. When it comes to YouTube, you're putting your eggs into baskets which are actually going to fill, if that makes sense, right? So when it comes to cold outreach is like this, okay? It's up and down, right? Like one day it can be good and other days can be bad, all right? Now, the way that I've told you guys to do cold outreach is probably the best way to think about it as a growth operator. But when it comes to YouTube is like this, all right? So obviously it's going to be very, very bad at first. It's going to be very, very slow. You're not going to see results. But then as soon as your YouTube channel like starts like going up, it's going to be constant because whenever you post a video, right? So that's why YouTube is so good. And you put your eggs into something like that's actually going to give you an ROI, actually going to give you a benefit in the future. And then when it comes to your cold outreach, obviously it's still up and down, but you can obviously like mitigate that and just do volume, do authority, and let's just think of outreach in stages, right? Like think, okay, how can I get responses? Then how can I get, people give me permission to send over a Loom video and all these different things, be valuable. This is just these things right here, right? Like enough of sending enough of even a bad outreach message you're gonna see results with that. So just do what you want with that information. That should be telling you that I actually do volume, combine it with authority, and you'll definitely still be making money with your cold outreach. And always just remember, even if cold outreach seems like it completely sucks, it's completely terrible, there's another growth operator out there right now who's in your exact position, you're doing cold outreach and it's landing clients for it. So there's a cold outreach system, right? There's a cold outreach framework that is working. You just have to figure it out. It's that simple. So that is it for this video. Like I said, go ahead and join my free Discord down below. You might as well. I always post insights on there, always give value and things of that nature. And yeah, boys, peace out.